Hello, my name is Inga France and I'm a shoe designer.
What made you become a shoes designer?
Well, it all started from my desire to be a designer, but of the clothing. And during that period, I met some people who invited me to be a fashion model. And during my fashion years, it was the best school because I was working with the big designers, was only the best. I would work with Yves Saint Laurent, Valentino, Versace, Dior. I've been walking like kilometers on podiums in any kind of possible and impossible shoes. And already from there, I started to get interested about how it's possible to work on such a small space and why some shoes are comfortable and not comfortable. And also, when I was a little girl, I have a very high arch, so for me it was always difficult to find a perfectly fitted shoe. So already there, I was kind of struggling. Like I couldn't find shoes which I loved, or I would see a perfect shoe and I wouldn't be able to fit it. So it's always stayed in my mind. And after all these years being modeling and trying on and showing clothing, I decided that shoe is something that gives such a beautiful accessory to the whole look. Like it's not very important what you're really wearing, but the shoe can accentuate on your mood. It can show how you feel, and it can give you an attitude. And of course, you can wear a beautiful dress, and with a perfect pair of shoes, you can kill it, or you can look beautiful.
What's the theme of your next collection?
My mind traveled to ancient Egypt and Persia, worshipping and harnessing the sun, and remembering the stories I was reading about Egyptian princesses when I was a little child. And researching the cultures, I found elements from extravagant costumes, ceremonial costumes, and for example, it gave ideas for the laser work and metal work for the shoes. And also I have lots of lacing, and that came from the wigs, beautiful thick wigs. The color palette, I fell in love with the roller bird from Sahara, a region of Africa, and it's amazing how Mother Nature gives life to such a beautiful combination of colors. And also I did a little collaboration with editor of L'Officiel in Paris, Emile Minkila, and we created a very simple but essential sandal, and where you can also see embroideries but were inspired by Egyptian coins. So it's lots of sun, gold, turquoise.
In order to make this collection, what materials did you use?
This time it's much lighter because normally I use lots of hair cuff skin, but this time I didn't use it at all. So it's mostly calf and snake, and nappa, what is like lambskin. And then, for example, I created this accessory in metal, what is done by hand, piece by piece. So that gives a freshness to the sandal. And also jeans, but then in a way it's a white jean with a gold on it. It looks like it's a little bit washed in gold. Every collection when I create, it's a collection what goes from day to night. There is no like this sandal you can wear only during the day and you have to change to the evening. The idea is to have shoes what you can wear and not like to have it in a bag because it's not comfortable, because the heel is too high, and I wear the sneaker and then the shoe. The shoe can work with your outfit from morning to the evening, and I think it's really important.
Finally, who's wearing Inga?
Well, I have to say that it's a woman, and the age goes from 10 to 85 or even more. But also, as you may notice, my shoes, some of the shoes, they have names. For example, my first shoe is Raquel. I was inspired by Raquel Zimmerman, one of the models I used to work together. Then also Isabelle Fontana, or girls like Diana Gardner. It's mostly the girls with whom I was working in the beginning. Or for example, for the first collection I had shoes, also what I called Eve, for the colors of Yves Saint Laurent. And I have to say, who is wearing shoes? Now, for me it's important that a woman wears shoes, and there is no criteria. This is also a kind of key of my collection, because it can be good for a young girl, it could be beautiful. A beautiful woman feels better, feels great in shoes at any age. Thank you Fashion One for passing by and seeing my collection.